Benue State Governor Dr. Samuel Ortom has called on the federal government to provide critical infrastructure and development projects to Southeast Zone and as well allocate resources and key appointments to the region in order to end violent agitations. Benue State Governor also said that the federal government dignifies him by arm twisting and employing all sorts of intimidation against him each time he said the truth, distasteful to President Muhammadu Buhari-led government. Ortom said that his offense against the federal government was because he has constantly reminded the federal government that it must respect the rules of law. He accused the federal government of playing double standards on security issues in the country by treating terrorists in the northern part of the country with kid gloves while it descends heavily on freedom seekers in the southeast. Ortom, however, condemned the attacks and destruction of public infrastructure, which he said does not make good case for freedom fighters. He noted that the federal government has abandoned the principle of federal character, stating that the Southeast deserves equal share of infrastructure and development as other regions in the country. Ortom further accused the federal government of adopting intimidation approach on those who are marginalized and traumatized, but said that Samuel Ortom will not keep quiet in the face of such injustice. He urged President Muhammadu Buhari to urgently convene a Southeast stakeholders meeting devoid of party affiliation to discuss the challenges facing the region, which he said gave rise to youth restiveness and violence being witnessed in the zone. Ortom made the statement while delivering a keystone address at a one-day lecture organized by Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ) Enugu chapter with the theme Emerging Security Situation in the Southeast, the Place of Good Governance, held at Sam Nwaneri Event Center, Enugu, on Thursday. He charged the federal government to proscribe all militant Fulani groups as was done in the case of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Ortom said, Eastern Nigeria, like other parts of the country, deserves equal attention with the provision of critical infrastructure and development projects as well as allocation of resources and key appointments at the federal level. The menace of insecurity in the East and other parts of the country can only be successfully addressed when we are set aside sentiment and confront the monster. I therefore urge the federal government, the state and the local government, the traditional rulers, the religious groups, the civil society organizations, the youth, and all other stakeholders to support security agencies to perform better. Security is everyone's business. Government at all levels should take aggressive steps to address the problem of youth unemployment. There must be consigned effort at job creation and youth empowerment using the private sector to provide employment to young Nigerians. This is one sure way to reducing youth restiveness. The federal government should urgently put in place the enabling environment for the private sector to strive in order to prevent more industries from folding up. The government policies ought to be friendly to boost private sector participation. The federal government should also, as a matter of honesty and urgency, respect the federal character principle to end marginalization and injustice in all forms of appointment and development projects. The federal government should also implement the National Livestock Transformation Plan that was adopted by the National Economic Council, NEC. This will not only protect farming communities from attackers and herdsmen from cattle rustling, but also lead to environmental protection, security of lives and property, as well as guarantee food security. Indeed, ranching will also boost livestock production. As I have been saying, the federal government should publicly condemn the atrocities perpetrated by armed herdsmen, as well as arrest and prosecute the leadership of Miet Hala Katohari, the Fulani nationality movement, farmer, and other armed herder groups who have constantly admitted to the wanton killings and destruction of communities across the country. The federal government should proscribe all militant Fulani groups, as was done in the case of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, given that the Global Terrorism Index ranks Fulani militant as the fourth deadliest terrorist group in the world. The federal government should urgently convene a national dialogue of all ethnic nationalities to address the concerns being expressed by Nigerians. The presidency should urgently hold a meeting of stakeholders of the entire eastern Nigeria, devoid of party affiliation, probably here in Enugu, to discuss the challenges facing the people which have given rise to youth restiveness and the violence being witnessed across the region. The federal government should listen to patriotic calls from Nigerians and address the worsening insecurity, justice, marginalization, poverty, hunger, unemployment, and the affiliation to be able to end agitations across the country. I must also appeal to youths of the eastern region to uphold peace and the non-violent approach in the agitations. I believe that the non-violent model is a better option as it has worked in other parts of the country. I equally appeal to the youth to cease further destruction of federal government structures in the region. Remember that the property you are destroying is your own property. They have already made a genuine case for restructuring, among other meaningful demands, and their voices have been heard loud and clear across the country and beyond. Let me conclude by once again appreciating the NUJ Radio Nigerian Enugu for this honor. I am grateful that you found me worthy of your award. I also congratulate other awardees on this occasion. Said, wow, that is a nice one from Governor Ortom. He has been speaking. You know, I love one thing he said. He said federal government should address the injustice, the marginalization of the southern parts of this country. But funny enough, do you know that the governors of the southeastern part of this country says that Southeast is not being marginalized in any form? I'm leaving it here, guys. Kindly hit the comment section and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Let's hear from you. Thank you very much for always stopping by. Bye for now.